Good evening, everyone. I have a Mesa Badlander 100, Mesa Badlander 25. I have a 6-foot Planet Waves cable, a 10-foot Planet Waves cable, a Charvel with a JB, and we are going to go on the 100-watt mode of the Badlander. It has EL34s in it. We will use a Mesa Grid Slammer, a JHS Screamer 3, a Maxon OD9, an Ibanez Keeley modified TS9, 40th anniversary super overdrive, a Waza super overdrive, I don't even know if I'm showing these to the camera right, and a 1982 Boss super overdrive. The pedals will be and we're also going to use a Prince of Tone, and the pedals will be set approximately the same. So the Grid Slammer will be similar to the Tube Screamers, the SD1s will be the same, and then the outlier will be the Prince of Tone. I do have a couple Klon type pedals, but we're not going to use those today. I'll do that another time. Here's what our plan's going to be. The riff we've been playing in all the other videos, the main piece for Bark at the Moon, maybe the lick from Enter Sandman, and something chugging between E, F, and G, and that'll give us from pretty much here to here on a guitar for approximation of sound. We'll do that with the EL34s. I'll power the amp off. We'll go and we'll screw around on the Badlander 25, not with all the pedals, and give these tubes a few minutes to cool down. Then I will pop the 6L6s that we used yesterday in, and we will do the same damn thing again. By the time you're done with this, you are not going to want to hear Bark at the Moon again. Maybe you will, I don't know, I like it a lot. So here we go, we're just gonna go right into it. This is your baseline riff without any pedal, and if you hear that hum, I have a light right over me. And so nothing wrong with anything, I'm just picking up noise around. So here we go, baseline tone. Grid Slammer on. That's our Grid Slammer. We're going to go to the Screamer 3 now. We won't spend as much time with the Screamer 3 because we're going to use both modes on it. We have volume we'll put it at noon. Our tone is about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and our drive is about 9 o'clock. We are not in the strong mod mode. Turn our standby back on, and here we go. Turn our drive back to 9 o'clock. Strong mod. Our next pedal is a Maxon OD9. Level 1 o'clock, tone noon, drive 10 o'clock. All these are being powered by the same power supply with the exception of the Boss SD1 1982 because they took a different power supply back then. So it has a battery in it. Here we go. Keeley modified TS9. Settings are level 1 o'clock, drive 11:30, tone about 11:30. Our next pedal is going to be a 40th anniversary Boss SD1. We have the drive at this at 9 o'clock, level all the way up, tone at about 11 o'clock. This is the black and gold rather than the gold and black edition. Click that on. Here we go. I hope you appreciate the hearing damage I'm giving myself, because this damn thing is stupid loud. Now we are going into a Boss SD1 Waza, and because we can, we will do it in standard mode and we will do it in custom mode. Right now it is in standard mode. Level dimed, tone about 10:30, 11, drive 9 o'clock. Standard mode. Screwed that all up. Custom mode, same settings. So we're in custom mode now, same settings. That last one, I hit my pickup selector up one spot, so we're going to do just that again. Our last pedal, no, we have another one after this, son of a bitch, is our 1982 Boss SD1. I'm sorry, I keep calling it an 82. It's a 1983. It's a 1983. I do not own an 82. I don't want to lie to you. Maxed level, tone at 10 o'clock, drive at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Here we go. Same shit. Oh, and this one's powered by a battery. Remember that. Our last pedal is an Analogman Prince of Tone. And we have it in the boost setting right now. Our volume is at noon, our tone is at 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish, and our drive is at about the same spot. And we are engaged. So, here we go. You know what? We're going to adjust that. We turned the volume up to about 2 o'clock on that. Had to give you a little extra there. And you know what? For the shit of it, because we have it right in front of us, this won't be very good, but we'll do a Fish Factory. I just got this thing, so I don't even know if the dumb thing works. You'll find out with me. And if I get pissed off and launch this thing across the room, you know what happened. Oh, we got light. We're on the blue. So we're on the blue side of this bastard. Oh, that's going to be loud. Let's turn that level back a little bit, tone up a bit, and drive back a little bit. So they were at noon before, and now they're like a fish. Now we're going to go to the red side of this noisy I want to keep this PG-13. I almost said a bad. Oh, I think I get this. I think I get this. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I understand now. I wanted to make sure, but they label the volume and the level on each side different. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the blue and the red knobs were the only ones that were different, but it's side, the way I thought it was when I started messing with it. So we're going to put the gain to where the drive was, and we're going to put the bite to where the tone was, and we're going to put the volume to where the level is, because they're still there. So red side of the Fish Factory. Blue side. Like a Fish Factory. So I'm going to throw pedals around. I'm going to turn this amp off so the tubes can cool, and we're going to switch up here. So we'll run through the same thing. I'm not going to use all of the same pedals through the Mini because this video would be about 31 years long, and we don't want that. My neighbors don't, you don't, but I do. All right, here we go. So let's see how the Fish Factory sounds into it since it's already plugged in. Help if I plug the amp in, huh? Or plug the guitar in. Okay, so this is the bass tone from the Badlander 25. Blue side of the Fish Factory. Fish Factory blue or red side. We're going to change pedals now. We will do... Where the hell did I put the damn thing? There it is. 1982. Because it's... I did it again. 1983. I swear I'm not senile yet. The reason I have an obsession with 82 is because that's when I was born, and my buddy has one, and I don't, and I want it. So I keep thinking 82. So this is an 83. We need to change that. Level maxed, tone 10 o'clock, drive barely on. Keeley TS9. I'm mainly just screwing around to give the tubes long enough to cool down in the 100 to pull them. So, not playing the same stuff, just screwing around with overdrives. Keeley modded TS9, and it is on. Here we go. Need to practice that. Let's see how the Screamer 3 sounds compared to this Keeley. So we're going to leave the Screamer 3 in the strong mod mode. So let's see what happens. And it's on right now. So let's see what we got. I want to like this Screamer 3 more than I do. Now this guy here, I have a hard time taking this off of my board. This is the Grid Slammer, and it always sounds good. Now watch it, it'll sound like shit. I haven't had it through this amp, so we are engaged. Let's see what we get. And one more before we go back to the Badlander 100 and try and change the tubes. We will use the Prince of Tone. So here we go. I absolutely love the Prince of Tone. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have a hard time taking it off of my board. I always have an emotional support SD1 on my board. So let's get these power tubes in and change it up. Gonna do one thing. I want to make sure I'm still recording. There we go. I know how stupid that sounds, but I've been bit by that before. So here we are. We have our JJs that we used yesterday. Can't sell them as new. I do want to make a comment. My buddy texted me. He said, hey, you said that you didn't de-energize the circuit. You just powered it off. That's the same thing. So it kind of is, right? So if you turn it off at the switch in the amp, when you turn it off in the amp and you still have line to it, if your switch were to fail and turn on somehow, there's a theory, or in theory you could, not there's a theory, nobody's trying to prove this, you could turn the amp on with not the right amount of tubes in it, and it could be a problem. When I kill the power completely to the amplifier, so not just in the amplifier, but kill the source to it, that also eliminates any chance. I understand it's the same thing 9,999% of the time, but if anyone knows me here, I have the shittiest luck in the world. I'm surprised that I didn't have a bad tube or something out of the box. Because if you remember, brand new out of the box, I had a bad tube in the Mini. So I do have that kind of luck. Trust me, if there's a way to have something fail, I will find it 100%. Also, if there's a way not to put a tube in correctly, I can try and do that too. I fix these damn things and I still check myself to make sure my keyways are lined up proper. Sometimes what will happen is your label will look in a different spot like this one is. So when I try and line up the JJ on the tube, it doesn't seem like it wants to line up the same. So what happens, you go, oh, I'll line it up by the logo. And you shouldn't. You should line it up by the keyway. And if it's a little off, you might try and put one pin over. And the thing is, these pricks will fit. I'll show you what one of these tube bases looks like on a 6L6. So I can show you the pin out. There's some pretty cool stuff you can do with a multimeter to check a tube for shorts if you don't own a tube tester. Okay, so all our tubes are seated, they're good. Got our load connected here. Power that switch back on. And we will go in the same order that we went with the other ones. So our very first pedal with the other one was this Mesa Grid Slammer. And we're going to use the same, oh shit, before I forget this. We're gonna make sure we flip that bias switch. Remember I told you about that yesterday too? And they purposely put a dome on there so you can't just screw it up. Where'd that pick go? I bet it's in my pocket. It is not in my pocket. It is in my pocket. Okay, so now we have our bias select. I can power this on without fear of blowing it up. Okay, so we are on. We'll go back to our bass tone for that. We're going to power this on for a second. And you'll see with me if it blows up. So our pedal's off right now. Give those tubes just a second. All right, here we go. We're going to do a little more with this than we did with the 25. Remember, mainly the reason for screwing off with the 25 was just to give these enough time to cool. Going to do that again because I butchered two things in a row. Going Grid slammer on. Go to our next pedal here. I think this is the order we want. Let's see if I get this right. You can check and let me know. Screamer 3. Not strong mod. I'll flip it to strong mod during. Gonna turn our drive back to where it was. So we are at about 9 o'clock. Next up, Maxon OD9. I'm trying to fly through these here quickly, so if I don't hit every riff, don't be too angry. And you notice I leave all the mistakes in. We don't edit anything out. So here we are, Maxon OD9. Keeley Mod TS9. Our next pedal will be an SD1. We'll do the 40th anniversary first. So the reason I'm jumping between riffs is not just in the interest of time. I mean, that's the primary. But as I was sitting there, I thought, I don't want Sharon Osbourne coming after me for playing some Aussie stuff, so I better not play the whole thing. So here we go. We are with the SD1. To hell with that standby switch. SD1 Waza, pick on the floor, standard mode. Custom mode. 1983 SD1. Remember, this one does not get the adapter, so battery only. Pedal off. Prince of Tone. That's like a digital duck quacking at me. And remember, we're in the boost mode for this, not the distortion or anything like that. And our last one is the Fish Factory. The old fish. Blue side first, here we go. Last setting is the red side. Very last thing, one more reference tone. That's it. Up the bass, pull the treble back, pull the mids back. We're about 1:30 noon and a little below noon. Pull that bass in about noon, so pretty much everything's at noon with the presence back a little bit. Last thing here. That's it. So I'll bring you over to see the amp settings. They're the same pretty much as yesterday, and then all the pedals. So let's come on over. There's the tubes we took out. So that's it. That's the day. See you with the next one.